So I know in previous video I talked about how I was kind of scaling back a little bit on how much I was putting into this channel, at least as far as what I was putting into this channel, mainly because of the time that I have or don't have, but also because of the direction my life is kind of going, things I need to focus on. But after I read through a book recently, I couldn't help but feel that I needed to share a little bit about it, and some parts of it that really spoke to me and really touched me. And I'm not a very I want to say I'm not an emotional person, but I usually have an easier time getting in touch with the wrong emotions. But lately I've been getting in touch with, more, proper emotions, or, the right emotions. Instead of reacting in anger, I'm reacting with love and patience. And, I still have my struggles, and, but a book that I read recently, and I've had it for a while, and my wife and I went and saw the movie about it, but I've had it for a while, and I read a few chapters, and I knew it, and and I think I kind of stopped because I knew that it would make me feel inadequate as a husband. But basically, if y'all can see this, Rory Feek wrote a book called This Life I Live. One man's ordinary life, and the woman who changed it forever. And I think if any of us as husbands, or men in general, could even find a way to love our wives with even a small percentage of the way that he loved his wife, and still does to this day. He does not speak about her in the past tense. It's an amazing thing. But to go through what they went through together, and for him to still be so strong and still be so obviously in love with her and in love with their daughter, it's an amazing thing to experience. And I haven't really decided how far I want to go about as far as talking about it, because there's so much in here, but it talks about he was not the perfect guy. He was not he was not the good kid. He was not the anything like that. He was definitely a rebellious type, and she was the one that basically tamed him. And in my case, I feel very much akin to that my wife was the one that found this wild beast and wild animal, and kind of reined it in, and made it a house a house pet, so to speak, pretty much put my wild ways behind me. And it's an amazing story. And if you haven't read this book, or you haven't seen the movie about her struggle with cancer leading up to her death, I highly recommend. And he also has a YouTube channel called, it's actually called This Life I Live. And it dates back to before she passed away, and it's still active to this day, about him and his experiences with his daughter. And it's an amazing story, and I highly recommend it to anybody and everybody. But when I figure out exactly in what way I want to share, if I just want to read through it, or if I just want to point out some things that really stand out for me. But Again, I just want to say that if you haven't had a chance to read this book, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing example of how God can put two people together for all the right reasons, and the love they have for each other, and the love, especially the love that he has for her, is so, is so profound that I can only hope that I can love my wife even a percentage of that much. And I just hope, I really think anybody that can should check this out.